All right, let's do this. So, today we're going to be talking about something very different. Today I'm going to be talking about Nothing Phone, and it's going to be a little different format. So, I'll be taking you through a keynote that I've prepared, and we will talk about something very interesting. So, let's take a look. So, we will be talking about nothing, and we will come to a conclusion, or the goal is to find out if nothing is has been a success or not. So the list of things or the content for this keynote would be, we'll be talking about the past, that's the Nothing Phone 1. We'll be talking about the present, which is the Nothing Phone 2, and we'll also go into a little bit of prediction of the future. So what is the definition of success? Well, being successful means achieving certain goals and aspirations, your vision that you have about a product, about a service, or about a company. What do we know? We know that the mission of Nothing is to remove barriers between people and technology. What we don't know is what are the targets, what are the goals, what are the aspirations that they have set themselves for 2023. The good thing is that we do know the past year sales, and we can make certain estimated based on the historical record what the current performance will look like. So let's check about the phone one first. The past. This was launched in July 2022, about a year ago. And the average selling price or the ASP of this range was 30,999. This is nothing but the average between both the variants that it was launched. And the total sale as per IDC is about roughly half a million, or to be exact, 550K. So if you do the math, the monthly run rate is about 45K and the daily run rate is about 1.5K. Now, according to IDC, the total addressable market for phones priced 30,000 and above is about 19 million in India. So that brings us to the market share of Nothing Phone 1 with around about 2.8, which I have taken 3% in this case, which for me is quite impressive for a new brand, especially when they're trying to build a mind share. They're trying to create a brand identity with the goal of also having certain market share, which may not be the maximum, right? I'm not saying they are trying to be the biggest market share. Every company has different goal. Every company has different aspiration. That's only Carl who can actually, say what is their goals. But what we know is the past. Now let's take a look of the present, which is the phone 2. Now it was launched in July 2023, I think the first week of July. And the first open sale started on July 21st. So that's about 8 days ago. And the average selling price of this phone is actually at 49,999. This is again the average of all the three variants that they have, the 128 to 56 and the 512, which puts this series, phone 2, at almost 1.5 times the phone 1. I've seen some videos where people are comparing from 35,000 to 45,000, but that was like the base variant. And I'll tell you the reason why this is the ASP. The total estimated that I could figure out that they have done till date is about 15,000 as of today. That and the interesting part, if you look at the variant split, actually 75% of the sales has happened on the high storage side. That's 256 and the 512. This is most likely um, led by supply, and they planned for it, and not necessarily that people are opting for it. But looks like people are valuing this phone for with the bigger storage, and they're going for it. And hence the 128 gig variant is on the lower side of the sales. This brings us to the run rate. So if you remember, Nothing Phone 1, over the course of the 1 year, it did about 1.5K a day. But if you look at the first few days of Nothing Phone 2, they're actually doing much, much better than Nothing Phone 1. I bet none of you would have estimated or even thought that they will do this. But I believe that they are doing 2K run rate, uh, given from the first sale. Again, this is something that I call the launch peak. Typically, when you launch a product, you do get a higher run rate at the beginning. Let's look at a little bit more about what I mean by this. If you go back a year, when phone 1 launched, they also had a launch peak. They used to do about 2K for the first 2 months, and in terms of DRR or the run rate. However, they came down to about a 1.5K over the course of the last 1 year. Similarly, for the 2K, for the phone 2, which is doing about 2K DRR, in the first days, it will see something what like I'm calling it peak and dip. Typically, if you launch a phone on July, you will see a peak, and towards the Diwali, there will be a dip season, or the run rates will come down, but again, it will climb up during Diwali, which of course will see the highest peak because hello, it's the season for buying consumer goods. So every consumer goods go through this highest peak during Diwali. This is again thanks to better supply, better planning, and of course good offers that goes around on all online retail websites. That's Flipkart, Amazon, and any other website that sells any consumer product. So they all plan heavily for Diwali, and nothing will see exactly the same peak. And of course, from December to June, there should be a dip. So this is the peak dip, peak deep. What I call happens for any consumer good. So to summarize, Nothing Phone 1 launched in July, ASP 30999, run at about 1.5K. This is Nothing Phone 2 launched in 2023 with an ASP almost 1.5 times, and based on historical numbers of launching a phone for 50% more. This is what I predict. This they will the phone to sales will drop from 2K run rate to about 1K run rate, and they will do about 360K or 30K a month over the course of the next 1 year. So that's from July 2023 to July 2024. So where does that leave them in terms of the total market? Now, as we already know, the total addressable market was 19 million, and with phone 1, they did about 3% market share, and with phone 2, they should edge towards 2% market share, and with the total of 4.7% market share, or about 5%, with a very, very big assumption. I am assuming that the total addressable market is not changing. That's one constant that I'm keeping. Of course, I've also taken the phone 1 sales to be exactly the same, which I highly, highly doubt will be the goal for internal teams. They should be looking at 20% or 15% more than 550K. But let's just assume what we know for phone 1, and based on historical performance of other phones, which has jumped from X to 50% more, I've taken 1K run rate in this price segment with 360K total. That's giving about 5K, 5% market share for Nothing Phone 1 and 2 for the year 2023 until the next phone is launched. So that brings me to the next phone, which is the phone 3. Um, I believe that they will be launching another phone. This will be a 3 SKU strategy, with phone 1 being entry, phone 2 being the mid, and there will be a phone 3, which will be the premium or the top end. Um, if I had to predict the pricing laddering, The phone 1 was launched as 32,999. The phone 2 has been launched with an average ASP of 49,999, and I truly believe that they will only climb up the ladder, other way around, and they should be launching a phone 3 by next year with a price point of 74,999 as an ASP. There will be many variants, it won't be just one single phone, and my prediction is they will keep a 3 tier product portfolio until they establish themselves, and then they might have more of a pro light variant like Apple does. That's pretty much what I had to share about Nothing. And to the first question, whether Nothing has been a success or not, I think they're just getting started, and it all depends on you who will decide if Nothing has been a success in future. That's it for today. Thank you so much. I really appreciate for going through these deck with me. I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, you take care. Bye bye.